Welcome back to Rotten Donut. Today, we're diving into a game with a premise so bizarre it could only come from the 90s. Imagine this: a mad scientist, a demon, and an army of mutant vegetables, all causing chaos in New Jersey. Sounds wild, right? Well, that's exactly what Jersey Devil is all about, a PlayStation 1 classic. I'll leave you these 15 seconds to remember better times, or at least simpler times. Packed with platforming, action, and a dose of absurd humor, this game is unforgettable. It never got a sequel, but its story is so unique that it deserves to be told. So, grab your donuts and get ready for some mayhem. Let's begin. Everything begins in New Jersey. Yes, the state where the pizza is great, but the roads...
Oh my god, I almost died!
Not so much. Where a scientist as brilliant as he is insane, Dr. Narf, achieves the impossible, giving life to vegetables. Because, of course, if you're going to do science, why not make it as weird as possible? But Narf isn't alone in his madness. His assistant Dennis, a pumpkin-headed goofball with a big heart, is by his side. One day, Dennis brings great news. They've captured the Jersey Devil. Narf, overjoyed, wants to dissect it immediately, but Dennis, in his infinite clumsiness, breaks the scalpel. So the doctor leaves to get more tools, leaving Dennis alone with the little demon. And what happens when you leave a demon alone in a lab full of explosive chemicals? Exactly! Boom! The mischievous little devil, grinning like he knows trouble's coming, decides to mix nitroglycerin with mucus. Yes, mucus, because honestly, nothing in this game makes sense. And then, boom! The lab goes up in flames, leaving Narf without his precious experiment. The devil escapes, and just like that, Narf disappears for years. The little devil has grown up and is now a masked vigilante. He's no Batman, but he's just as badass. Everything is fine until, out of nowhere, mutant vegetables start wreaking havoc across the city. And so, our hero jumps into action. On his journey, he faces giant eggplants, spiders, and even has to rescue hostages kidnapped by psychotic carrots? Who wrote this script? But that's not all. Narf is back. This time he's set up a new lab inside a museum. Dennis tries to stop the Jersey Devil, but as always, he fails miserably. And the devil, remembering how he destroyed the first lab, does what he does best: blow things up. Dr. Narf, stubborn as ever, brings dinosaurs back to life to stop the Jersey Devil. But our hero spins them straight back into extinction. Then he dives into a cave where a mutant sapote guards pipelines built by Narf. A few well-placed hits, and of course a healthy dose of nitroglycerin take care of that. But the madness doesn't stop there. Before he knows it, he's fighting his way through a park overrun with carnivorous plants, only to end up in a battle arena. And guess who's waiting for him? A mutant bear as the final boss. Because... why not? As the dust settles, he heads to the town's cemetery, a place now overrun by zombies. Run for your lives. But wait, don't be too scared. Sure, the zombies are creepy, but they're up against a freaking superhero devil. That's right, a demon with attitude. And just when you think it can't get any crazier, our hero stumbles upon a mysterious item that grants him the ability to spin with incredible force for a few seconds. With this newfound and totally badass ability, the Jersey Devil smashes his way through the undead horde and unlocks a mysterious crypt. But this isn't just any crypt. It's the entrance to an even more mysterious dungeon. Inside, our hero navigates through deadly traps, rescuing humans locked away by Narf's minions. It's all in a day's work for a devil with a heart of... well, maybe not gold, but at least a heart that's not entirely evil. In one of the dungeon's many rooms, things take an unexpected turn. A zombie steps forward, not to attack, but to challenge the Jersey Devil to a game of basketball. Yes, you heard that right. Basketball. The zombie, wearing a tattered jersey and holding a weathered ball, stares him down with hollow eyes. Its jaw hanging loosely as it dribbles the ball with unsettling skill. And just like that, the dungeon transforms into a makeshift court. The rules are simple: score or be scored on. But this isn't your average pickup game. The zombie plays dirty, using its decaying body to pull off moves that defy both physics and common decency. The Jersey Devil, however, isn't about to let some undead baller show him up. With a mix of brute strength and demonic agility, he manages to outplay his opponent, winning the game and proving that even a demon doesn't back down. But before he can catch his breath, the ground trembles beneath him. Suddenly, the air is filled with the sound of flapping wings. Out of nowhere, Dennis appears, now mounted on a massive bat, launching bombs like he's got a vendetta against gravity. Big mistake, pal. The Jersey Devil, quick on his feet, uses his demonic skills to send the bombs right back at their sender. The result? Dennis and his bat plummet toward the abyss below. With the path cleared, our hero decides it's time to finally leave this cursed dungeon behind. As always, our hero has a special fondness for nitroglycerin, because why not? And with a quick blast, boom, everything goes up in flames. Onward to the next adventure, a haunted mansion. Jump here, dodge there, fight and conquer. Our fearless hero takes on more enemies and rescues several hostages in this eerie place. But the real shocker awaits in the mansion's attic, where he comes face to face with none other than Narf. That's right, Dr. Narf in all his arrogant glory. Wait, wrong video. By the way, check out that video if you haven't yet. So, Narf makes the Jersey Devil an offer. Join his ranks. And to sweeten the deal, he introduces him to a demoness of unparalleled beauty. Or at least that's what he thinks. And just like that, bam! The beauty, once captivating, suddenly twists and morphs into... Elisa Sue, is that you? She lunges straight at our hero to strangle him. The Jersey Devil, now regretting even acknowledging her, barely escapes by the skin of his horns and rushes to his next destination. The Toxic Factory, a place teeming with even more mutated creatures than the previous areas. After all, this is where the mad scientist dumps his chemical waste. The Jersey Devil leaps from here to there, dodging the toxic waste, and soon discovers that the enemies are pouring out of an old factory nearby. A factory now swarming with foes determined to stop him from reaching his goal. Fearless and defiant, the Devil charges forward, ready to face whatever comes his way. Let's watch him. Let's see him overcome every obstacle in the factory, one leap at a time. After dodging countless traps and obliterating hordes of Dr. Norf's robots, our hero once again comes face to face with the mad scientist himself. This time, the deranged doctor activates a massive robot that spews toxic gas. But the Jersey Devil isn't fazed. He destroys the mechanical monstrosity and, in a final act of defiance, uses nitroglycerin to blow up the control room, the very heart of the factory's operations. Once again, our hero emerges victorious. But there's just one problem. Norf managed to slip away through some pipes, and our hero takes off at full speed to chase him down. Just as he's gaining ground, he runs into a new nightmare. If a gelatin mold and radioactive waste had an ugly love child, this would be it. And of course, it's blocking his path. Don't worry though, the Jersey Devil is one tough SOB. Flapping his tiny wings like a pro, he dodges puddles of toxic goo and dances around the gelatinous monstrosity with ease. But fancy footwork isn't enough. Time to bring out the big guns. With a few well-placed sticks of dynamite, boom! Slime guts everywhere. Still, our hero isn't taking any chances. If there's one thing worse than a mutant abomination, it's more mutant abominations. So, for good measure, he sets off a little nitroglycerin. Just a tiny explosion, enough to turn the whole area into a smoking crater. Everything was going too smoothly, wasn't it? The Jersey Devil has lost track of the mad scientist. Now he heads toward Jersey Harbor, but there's a problem. The path is blocked. No big deal. Our hero takes the scenic route through the sewers. But if the local legends are to be believed, these tunnels are crawling with nightmarish creatures. Does the Jersey Devil care? Not even a little. He dodges their snapping jaws with ease, even using them as stepping stones to keep moving forward. It's not all bad news, though. Here, our hero also stumbles upon some bird-beaked turtles, yet another one of the mad scientist's twisted experiments. But don't worry, these little creatures are harmless, and they even help the devil move forward. After exiting the sewers, our hero makes his way through several harbor warehouses, where he discovers stacks of boxes filled with chemicals used by Norf. The warehouse is guarded by a bunch of pirate-like rats. Look at them, they've even got hooks. Our hero navigates this maze-like area full of traps, only to come face to face with the zone's guardian, a massive, furious gorilla. The moment it spots the hooded devil, it charges at him, ready to deliver a beatdown of epic proportions. Even with all its strength, the gorilla can't stop our hero from blowing up the entire place with nitroglycerin. And of course, he succeeds, but our hero still can't leave the harbor because this area is crawling with more Norf's experiments. This mad scientist is worse than Umbrella. How was he able to experiment for so many years? And how did he manage to infest the city with his experiments without anyone noticing? Our protagonist follows Dr. Narf's trail, leaping over crates and freeing more humans who had been kidnapped for experimentation, pursuing him relentlessly. Finally, the Jersey Devil corners the scientist in an aquarium. But the old man is cunning and, despite everything, manages to escape, unleashing an octopus with serious anger issues that now comes after our hero. Poor little devil. This enemy definitely seems more dangerous than the previous ones. With the octopus finally defeated, our hero has freed most of New Jersey from these mutant creatures. Now, it's time to hunt down the ones responsible for all this chaos. Dennis and that damn Norf. The former escapes in a rocket, but leaves behind a similar device for the Jersey Devil. No, little devil, don't get on the rocket. It's a trap. But our hero, overconfident, falls right into the trap and blasts off to infinity and beyond, only to come face to face with a mutant carrot, the final trap Norf left to stop him from reaching his lair. The carrot is defeated, and finally the little devil arrives at Norf's hideout, where the mad scientist and his loyal big-headed assistant are impatiently waiting for him. This is where the explosive final showdown begins. The ones responsible for so much chaos and destruction are at last defeated. Without wasting a second, the Jersey Devil uses nitroglycerin to blow up Norf's last laboratory. Though defeated, the scientist refuses to give up and threatens to return, vowing to take revenge and conquer all of Jersey. But our hero isn't having any of that. He'll keep a close eye on the city, which he now calls home. And that's a wrap. That's the end of this wild ride. Sadly, we never got a sequel because the game's developers shifted their focus to creating other titles for Disney. And as usual, that's how Disney swoops in and takes away all the good stuff. And that's it. That's the story of Jersey Devil. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did telling it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Rotten Donut for more hidden gems from the world of video games. See you in the next one.